Where's my mouse? There it is. I'm going to talk about 5 big mistakes that piano players or keyboard players make in worship. So these are mistakes that I've been making my whole life, and I finally wormed my way out of them, bursted forth from the cocoon, if you will, and now I am the piano-playing butterfly. Really, I like to think of myself that way. I remember when I was in high school and early college, that's when I first realized there was something happening that wasn't amazing when it came to me playing in a band, especially in bars and stuff where you can't really hear yourself. I was slamming the keys, kind of feeling like, what am I doing here? Only the guitarist and the bass and the drums are kind of getting any like press time over here. So same as in worship, I discovered some tricks that'll really help you guys out on the keyboards when you're playing. So the first mistake that piano players make or keyboard players make in worship or in band settings in general is too busy. Basically, the way to overplay, I'll show you how to overplay. I'm going to use "Oh Worship the King," just the first couple lines of it, so we don't run into copyright issues by using contemporary songs. But yeah, so here's how to overplay, and it's the first mistake keyboardists make, is they're simply too busy. So here's, well, first of all, the hymn sounds like this. Oh, worship the King, all glorious above, and gratefully sing His power and His love. So that was just the chord changes with the melody, no big deal. So a piano player in worship might think he has to do, or she has to do something like this. All right, and there's so much is like ba 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 ba. I'm playing all the time. Just so much is going. It's too much. It's so busy. There's no room for the shaker, the drums, the guitar, the bass, the singer. There's no room for anybody. It's too busy. So avoid that. Instead, you'd want to do something like this. Oh, worship the King, all glorious above, and gratefully sing His power and His love. That would be better. Another alternative would be, oh, worship the King, all glorious above, and gratefully sing His power and His love. That works a little better because you're creating a ostinato, I think it's called, a repeated motif that acts like a chimey drone in the background that's not distracting. All glorious above, and gratefully sing His power and His love. This chimey thing is, you're like, well, Jared, that's really busy, like you just said not to be. But you see, it's not really busy because it's become a drone that's just painting textures in the background, right? So busy would be fancy, complicated. Yeah. See, too much. I worship the King, all glorious above, and gratefully sing His power and His love. Way too much, right? So pull back on that. The next one to do is too high. So, and this particularly comes out in contemporary worship. But let's say you're doing your left hand down here in this range, and instead of the middle of the piano is where your meat and potatoes are. Okay, this is where you want to be living most of the time. This is the most piano-ness of the piano is right here in the middle. Very much so there. This is a really bright piano, by the way. So watch out for this, though. Oh. You can play that high, definitely, but leave the high playing for fills. Don't live up there. Worship, da, da, and gratefully sing His power and His love. Too much chord playing up high starts to sound chimey and weird. Definitely leave it. See, here's how Billy Joel did it. He did it like this. So Billy Joel knew to leave the chimey high playing for filler spots. He didn't live up there, you know? too much. It's too much chimes in my face, like a wind chime. So watch out for playing too high, especially in subtle moments. The reason why I point this out too is because a lot of the times piano players are having to pad. They're the ones who the worship leader says, hey, can you throw down a pad for me? And if you try to pad like this, there's so much highness. It's like chiming me, and it becomes distracting. So watch out for too high, too much. The other one that I've noticed is too many scale notes. You're kind of showing everyone that you know the scale too much, instead of picking 2 or 3 or 4 notes that you can kind of milk more, and it becomes more repetitive and easy to fit in. So here's what I mean. So if I was going to say, oh, worship the King. So if I was going to be like, oh, worship get my key right. Oh, worship the King, oh, glorious above, and gratefully sing his power in your love. I can't even do it because it's so, but I hear it a lot. It's where there's a lot of scale notes happening. You're kind of running through. It's too much. Basically, usually gravitate around pentatonic. Sorry, we're in the West. We love the pentatonic scale, and that's okay. Embrace your pentatonic. Don't try to be fancy, and you'll have more fun. Don't try to use every note in the scale all the time. Pick 3. In particular, my go-to is the 1, 2, 3. So, oh, worship the King, glorious above, and gratefully sing his power and his love, our shield and defender, the ancient of days. See, I was living there on the 1, 2, 3 a lot. And I was a little overdoing it, but the point is, don't try to squeeze in every scale note into the song all the time. So in this case, you might do something else, like the root and the fifth are always your friend. Gravitate around the root and the fifth, and then you could use like the 7 and the 1 and the 3. Worship the King, all glorious above, gratefully sing his power and his love, shield and defender, the ancient of days. See that? I kind of use the 7, the 1, and the 2 as I just said, those are the ones I'm going to use. Now, when I decided to use the 7, the 2, and the 1, the reason why that's powerful is it gave me a little motif, a little idea that I could restrict myself to using, put a little earworm in the people's ears, and enhance what I'm doing. If you're using too many scale notes all the time, there's nothing that stuck with the person. The audience, the music no longer has a little hook point to help ground people. So you pick a little motif. See that? The repeated phrase helps ground people in the music. The other thing is, I have my notes right here in front of me. Not being confident enough, parentheses, but also you need to be simple. Be simple and confident. Oftentimes people think, piano players such as myself think, that to play confidently, I must be playing all the notes all the time and be playing busy. Busy doesn't mean confident. Confident means confident. But I think there's a greater confidence in a humble and simple performative style. Not because I think you should be scared to play and be like, I don't want to be seen. Not that kind of humility. I'm talking true humility, where you have seen yourself as a piece of the whole. I'm part of this. I'm part of something greater than myself, and I want to contribute to it confidently. Okay? So this kind of playing right here, that was confident and simple. Okay? Oftentimes what you'll have is a lack of confidence and an attempt to be confident through busy playing. You see? So then the person will do something like, kind of getting stuck. Mistakes are being made, the muscles are tensing, and they're like, I gotta add more notes. I know I need to be confident, and that means adding more notes and playing real busy. Confidence means taking a deep breath and playing the chord. Be confident and simple. The simpler you are, the more confidence you can have, because it has more to do with your relaxation and your understanding of how you fit inside the music and feeling really good about what you're doing. So if you're trying to play too busy, you're going to ruin things. So the theme of this whole video, I think, is pull back, strip away, limit yourself to just a few notes and a few ideas, and build from there. Don't start with your whole bag of tricks and try to squeeze it all in. Start with something simple, always. Oh, worship the King. Again, something like this. This would be confident playing. Oh, worship the King, all glorious above, and gratefully sing His power and His love. I'm trying to remember my arrangement. I didn't have the B in there. It was too much. But anyway, you see, I played real confidently, but man, that was simple. Now let's add something. Oh, worship the King. See, a little motif. Now that's pretty. And I could play that confidently instead of trying to squeeze in every note. All right, and now the last thing that you've been seeing this whole time that I haven't mentioned yet is dynamic variation. Don't be afraid of popping loud notes, and especially, most importantly, don't be afraid of sitting softly and disappearing into the softest little notes. You want your lows, your quiet to be quiet, and your loud to be loud. All right? For example, I've been demonstrating this whole time, but here it is again. Let's do Holy, Holy, Holy. Remember this one? Holy, Holy, Holy. Okay, so Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in 3 persons, blessed Trinity. You see, I popped notes and I settled into notes. It was the dynamic variation's extreme. I can see the waveforms on my recording software. I think I'm peaking too loud anyway, but if you see, it's not just, it's don't be afraid of dynamic variation. And this is something I have true learned for singing too. If you listen to the great singers, they're not afraid of bringing things down to a whisper and then pushing things into a shout. You know, it's back and forth. Don't shout when you're singing. But anyway, I hope those things are helpful. So as a recap, don't be too busy. Don't restrict yourself to playing too high too much. Too much. Don't feel like you have to squeeze in all the notes of the scale all the time. Too much, right? Nothing for people to latch on to. No hooks available. Your brain is too spread out. And then play confidently but simply. Humble confidence. Humble confidence. That's not impressive. What I just played wasn't impressive, but it was confident, and it was pretty, and it worked really well. And then lastly, dynamic variation. Don't be afraid of disappearing into this. You know, this is really nice, like a pad. Then the chorus comes. See that? Dynamic variation. Bring people up and down, extreme. When you first practice this, you might have to overdo it to really teach yourself to really trust that your louds and your softs are going to take people on that journey. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful. I'm going to release videos like this a lot. So be sure to check out the links in the description to see if there's anything more that can help you. I have lots of free content I'm trying to put out because I want to take all the stuff that I've learned and package it up and just dump it out there for you guys to have. So awesome. See you next time.